Hello, it's Omnibros Live. I'm OmniDog. This is Comics Guide on a Friday night.
Hey.
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 Hey, Hayden. Hello, all you spooky, sexy nerds.
Hey, Hayden. Nice to see you, bud.
Marvel Bab is here. Dodger lover Javier is here. How dare you? They beat my Mets. You are banned forever.
Yeah.
Kane's here. Hello. Vampire. Spooky, scary, and Jesse say what? And there's Aria who won the gift card. Aria, are you still here? Did you just drop a comment and leave? I'd like to know if you got the gift card in your email box yet. And I was just telling Lou this. I have a show with Jessica, Earth One Jess. We usually talk about Superman, but it turns out she has a love for horror films, and it's all things horror films. And you would not, at first glance, you would not think that of her. She's a very wholesome, sweet person, but she loves slasher films and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, let's do a Halloween show. And I was telling Lou, I can't talk about it on this because it'll spoil it for Sunday at 7 p.m. on OmniDog's Fault when I talk with Earth One Jess. But I saw Barbarian, man, and that thing effed me the F up. You know what doesn't F me up, though? Just a sec. It's StockTrades.com.
Like a professional. Great job.
where you can get your collected editions for 30 to 40, 50, 60% off sometimes. It's crazy. They're having special Thrills and Chills sale right now. It's 5% off everything extra in that section. They've got some great books that are for extra sale there. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount, $50 or more. This is still amazing to me. Free shipping in the U.S. You get a 20-pound package in the mail, and it's free shipping. That is considerable savings. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. Yeah, it's fabulous. That's it. StockTrades.com.
There we go.
Yeah, I can't. Here's our friend from the Great White North. True Graphic, how are you? Munin, good to see you. MD, how are you? Always have great horror chats with Jessica over on Insta. Interesting.
I knew the subject of the Mets was touchy when I said sorry about the Mets, Jess, and I got nothing back from a response. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little touchy there.
You know, I don't even think it didn't hit me as hard as it hit my daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, I mean, she is treating it like a death in the family practically, and I'm like, I said, I'm old enough to where now I realize that sports is 99% disappointment.
Yeah.
You can't be a fan of any team that wins all the time because it doesn't happen. I mean, granted, Tom Brady and the Patriots, they were on a great roll. It's over. It's over. That's history now.
Yeah.
All you Patriot fans, you either better stay Patriot fans or you better quit football because you are bandwagon guys if you don't stick with the Patriots, and they're going through some tough times right now. But
yeah, well, Bill Belichick, doesn't he have like a 23-year-old wife or something like that? 24, and the guy's pushing 70.
He has like a 28-year-old cheerleader girlfriend, but he's not with the Patriots anymore.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think he's a color commentator for some network.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't know much about sports ball too much or anything like that. So explain to me the Dallas Cowboys.
Their football team?
Just in general, they haven't won a game or something like that since '93, or
they haven't won a Super Bowl since the mid '90s. Gosh, yeah, 30 years ago. Wow. I feel like that was the last time they won a Super Bowl. Yeah.
So they're used to disappointment. They're used to the 99%.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, right now, if you're a Kansas City fan, you're in the sweet spot with Mahomes and Andy Reid. But that could be a dynasty right there. They've won 2 in a row. That's a big deal to even get to the Super Bowl 2 times, and they've been there Let me think. The Rams won in January of 22. So that was the 21 season. So before that, Tom Brady won it with Tampa Bay, but it was Kansas City, Cincinnati. Then it was Kansas City. They've won.
Mm-hmm.
They've been like 4 times.
Okay. So there's that, because I dabble a little bit here and there with what's popular, basically. Tua, is he one concussion away from being radio, basically?
he's one concussion away from being out of the game, and he's quite young. Yeah.
Okay. Give me my wife is heading to the kitchen, so I'm gonna put stop
okay.
Real quick. I'll be here. I'm here.
This is disturbing. That's Mark Davis, son of Al Davis. That's very disturbing.
That's very sad. Yeah. So what's the deal? He doesn't want to wear a safety helmet, right?
Isn't that? I've seen Rams players in the game and other players who have like the helmets they use in practice. It's got the extra padding.
Yeah.
If I was Tua, I would certainly wear that. I mean, there was a quarterback, and you've never heard of him because he got like 5 concussions in a couple years, and he was with the Rams for his last. This was in the mid 90s. His name was Chris Miller. He had a tons of talent, and he was with the Rams, and he just got too many concussions, and he had to leave the game. I don't think he was more than 25, 26 years old.
That's sad, man. Somebody really, I mean, who knows? Somebody should probably have us sit down with him and go, look, man, you can either really take care of yourself right now, or in about 10 years, you can be eating food through a straw.
Yeah.
So take your pick,
Oh, okay. Let's see. Gerard says the helmet Tua is wearing is better than the Guardian cap. It's specifically molded to protect his head. Okay, good. I haven't seen. The only time I would see it is Sunday. When I don't follow Miami, so I didn't know that. That's good to know. Hayden cracked up at your joke there.
I mean, it's sad, true, because everything that I've seen about the guy is that apparently he's refusing to. I don't know if he's refusing to take it seriously or not, but it's a very serious thing, right? Like the concussion thing, especially in the last few years, because the concussion thing was a big thing in the NFL for a while there, a few years ago.
Well, that's why they have so many safety protocols now. And football players are a different breed. They want to keep going. It's not like a broken ankle. He can't see it. Yeah. All he knows is that his brain got rattled a little. Maybe his symptoms were he was dizzy, disoriented, throwing up. I don't know what his symptoms were, but he's finally in a groove with the team. Like Miami, they were winners last year. They made the playoffs. I think it's hard for a player like that to let it go. Even though he has millions of dollars, he still wants to play. And I mean, I'm just telling you what I think. I don't agree with it necessarily, but when you're young, I don't even remember how old he is. Maybe he's 27. He's still pretty young.
Yeah.
And so when you're young, sometimes you don't think straight. I didn't think straight when I was 25, and I didn't even play football.
Yeah.
I was just an idiot 25-year-old.
I think for most men, their 20s are the years where you're just an idiot and you kind of start sort through things. Yeah. And hopefully when you hit your 30s, you're like, I probably need to start getting some things together, or else I'm not going to make it to my 40s. I think that's generally a lot of men. I certainly know it was the case for me. Yeah, it might be just youth. It's probably, hey, I'm young. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm making all this money. I don't want to. What do you mean? No, I'm at the top of my game, right?
Yeah, and he's playing well. He's good.
He's good. Apparently, he's really good.
Yeah.
So especially, I just don't know how this day and age, nobody would take something like concussions and CTE seriously, considering all the stuff that's happened. When we're seeing older players now way past their prime and seeing some of the after effects. Yeah. Hell, there was a wrestler named Chris Benoit. I'm not going to get into the details because it's extremely gruesome what ended up happening with his wife and his kids and everything. but part of the reason why that happened, and if you know, was because he had CTE.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's very dark.
Yeah.
It's extremely dark what happened.
Youth football enrollment has dropped a ton post C19 thanks to CTE concerns. Wait, what's C19? Is NFL dude, what's C19? Is that the concussion protocol that they've rolled out, or what is that? As someone in the final year of their 20s can verify that statement. Hey, yes, welcome.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. And here's Hondo.
Hey, Hondo.
What up? Get to listen as I'm ready to work a show tonight. Who's on and where are they? Are you working the Fillmore or something? Where are you working tonight?
Hayden, listen, you've got about 1 to 2 more years before you start falling asleep on the couch midway through most movies after 8 o'clock. I'm warning you right now.
Oh, it might be COVID-19. Thank you, James. I haven't seen that shorthand. The spring situation 2020
is C19.
Is C19. The spring 2020 situation. Okay. COVID then. I can stay up to watch these as it's Friday. Right on, Elon. Good to have you here.
Nice. Hey, let us know in the chat, guys, if this Friday schedule works for you versus Wednesday. Because I see a lot of regulars here, which is always awesome to see you guys. And let us know if Friday works over Wednesday for you guys.
Yeah.
And even in the comments after, if you're watching the replay, please let us know in the comment section down below.
Kane falls asleep during movies, and she's not even 40 yet. Friday works better for Kane. That's good to know. That's really good to know. This stream is helping me. I also watched 2 episodes of Shrinking. Have I talked about that before?
I love Shrinking. It's
so good.
Show. It's great. Harrison Ford is so good in that show, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you in the 2nd season?
No, I think we just hit episode 6 of the 1st season.
Okay. Yeah, I love Shrinking. It's not quite as uplifting as Ted Lasso, but it's got kind of almost a similar vibe to it.
Got a charm to it, yeah. Yeah. Devin says, I work from home Wednesday and Friday, so I'm usually here mostly listening either way. All right, thank you. And cool bat signal for your avatar. Hayden's already falling asleep right now. Dudes, I can't wait to see Harrison Ford as Red Hulk in the next Captain America movie. Spoiler! I shouldn't have clicked on that. Although I agree. I think it's funny that he wouldn't grow a mustache for it.
It's Harrison Ford. I mean, he's crotchety.
Oh, man, is he crotchety.
Yeah, he's very crotchety as all get out. And apparently the thing is, if you get Harrison Ford when he's not high as a kite, you get a very crotchety Harrison Ford. You get Harrison Ford that has partaken of the devil's lettuce. You get a very nice and sweet Harrison Ford.
Is he a smoker?
He's a pothead, dude.
Is he?
Yes. Very well known in Hollywood as a huge pothead.
Like Seth Rogen amounts?
I can't say about that, but he's very well known as partaking in the devil's lettuce quite a bit.
Oh, good for him. I don't like that stuff, but good for him. Yeah, he seems pretty curmudgeonly.
He very much is, yes.
Now, we could take a turn to this, give us some modern horror movie recommendations. Lou? What about me? No, I take all my recommendations from Lou. I just saw a movie that the Minister of Comics told me about in 2022, and he said, I'm telling you nothing about it. Don't talk to anybody. Don't tell anybody you're going to see it. You want to go in absolutely blind. And I said, okay. And so for 3 full years now, 22, 23, 24, I have avoided everything about Barbarian. I didn't even know who was in it. I had no idea what it was about. Barbarian messed me up really bad. So I had to go upstairs and watch 2 episodes of Shrinking with Patty with upper management before I could come down here and do the show.
Yeah.
If you want a disturbing movie, Patty said, why do you watch these movies? And I said, because I like to be scared. And she said, that's okay. But, and I said, it's actually, the movie actually did its job. It disturbed me and scared the hell out of me and made me really nauseous. And yeah, everybody says it was great, but
Fantastic.
the underlying evil thing that happens in there, I can't see movies with that at all. That took like did you see Don't Breathe?
Yeah, I love Don't Breathe.
I did too. Don't Breathe had me shaking for 2 hours afterwards. I love Don't Breathe, but it took that concept and bumped it up like times 10.
Yeah. Yeah, Don't Breathe is fantastic. I love Don't Breathe. It's got an ending that my jaw dropped when I went.
Same.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Same.
All right. Okay. Let me take a gander over here to my shelf of horror, and I'll be right back. Let me see what I can pull out real quick for that question.
Oh, okay, good.
Like a minute.
Jewish Dragons, what's up? Seeing parents in the UK get mad when they dropped Barbarian on Disney Plus here was funny. You mean they put Barbarian on Disney Plus? Yeah, I can sort of see how they get mad. That's funny. That's not a movie I would put with Disney Plus. I wouldn't normally think of that. Barbarian Rules, one of my favorite recent horror movies. I'm telling you, it did its job. It disturbed me to the max. Yes, this is true. I've already read this and reviewed it. So, Harvey, you're yelling at me for no reason. I've already read it, reviewed it, and own it. So, Hondo is working at the Regency Ballroom. Tonight is Ndu Mokhtar out of Niger. The music is inspired by Tuareg guitar music, desert blues out of North and West Africa. Wow, that sounds pretty interesting. I bet that'll be a really cool show. Smothered Lion just watched Halloween trilogy. Lots of fun. I personally am not a slasher film fan. Jessica is, so we can talk about that on Sunday on the show. And so is Lou. Lou has no problem with slasher flicks. Okay, I've been hearing The Substance is great, not only from Harvey, but from other people. And that's body horror? I don't think I have. Oh, all right. Go. Okay, good. Shrinking is great. Barbarian is disturbing too. Yes. What I really want to see, besides Dr. Sleep, I know I'm like 5 years behind on that, but I own that too. I want to see Late Night with the Devil. I know that's got Polka Dot Man in it as the lead. I just saw an ad for it. That's what I really want to see. Late Night with the Devil. That's the kind of scary scares I need. I need like the devil to scare me, not human craziness to scare me like Barbarian. Talk to Me. Lou, have you seen Talk to Me?
I love Talk to Me.
Lou loves Talk to Me. Okay. Is it a movie that I would like, you think?
What?
Do you think I'd like Talk to Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Talk to Me is fantastic.
Okay. Oh, Elon knows Ndu Mokhtar. He says he's incredible. Yeah, we've always had Fox 20th Century Horror movies on Disney Plus here since it launched. UK, Disney doesn't care. Okay. Elon's very jealous of you, Hondo. The concept of parental control doesn't exist on Indian Disney Plus. Just watched a movie called 3 Ways on Disney Plus. For some reason, I'm not going to Google that.
Okay.
I'm not going to Google that.
Okay.
I miss the mouth heart.
My wife says she misses the mouth heart.
Oh, well, hang on. Does your baby need a lullaby?
There you go, sweetie.
How's your mother-in-law?
Mother-in-law's great.
Good.
She is fine.
Good.
They gave her some fantastic painkillers. Which do we still have those here?
She took them for the weekend.
God
damn. Dude, you got to be faster with those.
So, but she's doing well. Thank you. She was in the hospital for a few hours, really, and it was nothing, right? It was really nothing. So she's fine.
Okay, good.
I've got, well, first off, yes, Late Night with the Devil is absolutely fantastic. You all need to watch Late Night with the Devil. It's probably my favorite movie this year.
I saw that it was on Hulu. Yeah. Jess, if you like supernatural horrors like the devil, then you'll like Talk to Me. Okay, good.
You will like Talk to Me. Talk to Me is really good.
Good. Hayden liked Late Night with the Devil. Kane's glad about your mother-in-law.
Thank you.
And I can do virtual mouth hearth lessons with you, Elon. Sure.
So my first pick, and I saw this the other night, and I thought this was really good. This is the first time I watched it. Is Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat. It's really good. It's set on Halloween night, and it's basically it's a series of 3 or 4 short stories that are interwoven together.
What happened? Okay. I think he may have hit a button accidentally. I was going to go get more water, but I'll wait till he comes back on. Yeah, I think they are True Graphic. I've talked to him a couple times. He called me Monday night during the show, and I talked to him. Thank you, Kane. I will tell him, and I really mean it. I mean it when I say I'll tell him both you and True Graphic are sending your condolences. So I appreciate that, and I know he will too. I will definitely write that down, and that's something I will not forget. Omar, True Graphic. Whoop. Okay, it's just me now. That's bad news. And Kane. Okay. I will. That's very nice, you guys. Yeah, I think he has been abducted. Up.
Hey. Okay.
Okay, wait a sec. That calls for. Whoop, not that one. This one. You talk, and I'm going to go get some water.
Okay, sounds good.
Because I ran.
That sounds good. So yeah, my recommendation. This one I watched for the first time the other night, and I really dug this. It's a Trick or Treat. It's basically 3 small horror movies mixed into one horror film. The 3 stories that are in here, though, intertwine and connect together in very interesting ways. And it's got you really kind of guessing of how the stories are intermixing. And it all takes place around one night, Halloween night, in this small town. And this little guy right here, Sam, basically goes around and stuff happens. I won't give too much away, but I really dug this. I dug this because of the fact that it actually kind of surprised me with some of the stories and some of the way that it twists and turns and how some things, they're all interlinked in certain ways. And the way that it's interlinked is really impressive and really smart. There are certain things in there where I went, I genuinely did not see that coming. As far as twists and turns, I dug this a lot. This is really good. If you're looking for something to watch Halloween night, it's literally a movie set on Halloween night. So this is good. My next choice for you guys. No, I'm with you, Hayden. The Anna Paquin story, that took a turn that I did not see coming at all. That was great. My next choice is going to be The Hitcher.
What took a turn?
The Anna Paquin story in Trick or Treat.
Huh. Okay.
You will dig Trick or Treat because it's, like I was saying, it's 3 horror movies. It's 3 short horror films mixed together on Halloween night. And how they intertwine and move between each other is incredible, Jess. You'll really like it.
Trick or Treat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You'll dig it a lot. It's
I
really
like Anna Paquin. She's cool.
Hers is the biggest one where I went, what the fuck?
Wow.
You
Okay.
don't see it coming. You really don't see.
I love stuff like that. I love it when I don't see it coming. I didn't see it coming in Barbarian. I can promise you that.
The best way that I can explain it, honestly, is you know how in Pulp Fiction you have different stories and how they kind of cross over into each
Yeah.
other?
Yeah.
That's the best way that I could explain this.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it does here.
Okay.
The next one that I said real quick was The Hitcher, and I've talked about this over the last few weeks. I love The Hitcher. I think it's fantastic. I think it's an underrated classic. Rutger Hauer is genuinely creepy in this. He is menacing, and right from the beginning, you are tense for about an hour and a half. It has The Hitcher pulls a Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it has a kill that involves a semi truck that you don't need to see it at all, but it's so implied and it's done so well that it really just it really gets under your skin. I love this movie. It's basically C. Thomas Howell. He's driving between states. He ends up picking up this hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker basically starts out and says, I am going to kill you. And that's literally what the movie is for an hour and a half, is Rutger Hauer fucking with C. Thomas Howell and trying to basically kill him. At the same time, he wants C. Thomas Howell to kill the Hitcher, to kill himself. Does that make sense? Yes. No?
Oh, yeah. What year did that movie come out? I feel like it came out in 85 because I remember
old.
I remember I was living in LA at the time when it came out, and the LA Times movie critic ripped it apart.
Oh, it's so good, man. Yeah, no, the Hitcher is great.
I can see how he may not have dug what it was going for. I haven't seen it, but I just remember that he ripped it apart. What's up, Chris? Juice Dragons, I added your name to the list. Thank you. There's a few Trick or Treat comics that are pretty solid too.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of one. Samara Weaving. That's her name.
I just saw a movie recommendation with her in it.
She's in Azrael.
That was it. Azrael.
Okay, Samara Weaving. There's a movie called Ready or Not. Ready or Not is really good as well.
Is that the one where the bride marries into the family?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard such good things about this movie.
I love Ready or Not. Okay, so Ready or Not is this young woman named Samara, who's played by Samara Weaving. She is marrying into this rich family. The deal is when she ends up, it's the night before the wedding, and they do what's called this little game every time that one of their members gets married or something like that. And the game is they are all trying to kill her in the house because they are trying to sacrifice her to a greater god, because if they don't kill her, they are going to be killed themselves by this greater god. And man, I love Ready or Not. It is a blast all the way through.
I need to see that. A sequel, huh?
Yeah, just too.
The Babysitter is great. Roo, like Ruby Roo, like Scooby Doo. Oh, 2. Okay.
The Babysitter's a good movie. That's a good movie. Ready or Not is great. I recommend that one if you're into that type of stuff.
That sounds awesome. I've heard so many raves about it.
You'll dig Ready or Not, Jess. You'll dig that one a lot. It's got an ending where you think something is bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's real.
Wow.
and certain people pay the price for it. It's so good. I love that. My next one is You're Next. This one's fun.
You're Next. Who's in that?
You're Next is really not too many known actors in it, and basically centers around this young girl who she's dating her college professor. She's going to their house to go meet the college professor's family, and the whole thing's a giant mess. The family just fighting back and forth with each other. It's a pain in the ass. What ends up happening is that there is a group of killers that is hired to kill every single member in the family, and they are slowly trying to take them down. This young woman, as it happens to be, she is somebody that was raised by her father to be a doomsday survivor. So she's a doomsday prepper, and we don't know that. So she is the thing that's standing between these killers and the family, and she is awesome. She's a badass in it. It is a adult version of Home Alone, basically.
Wow. I think it's a big plus when you get unknown or little known actors in these movies. That's how they're so believable, I think. Because if I saw well-known actors in it, I don't think I'd be as scared as I was, because I'm like, oh, that's Jeremy Irons. How he's an actor. But when I see like in Barbarian, I didn't know any of the people in that movie, and except for that Justin Long kid, but he did a good job acting. He did a very good job acting. But I didn't know the other guy and the other girl, or the girl. That helps make it more believable to me.
Yeah. That I'm telling you, you're gonna dig that one as well. I'm for those of you that are into more of the supernatural stuff, because I've been doing mostly slashers. There is a movie on Peacock called Ganjiam, The Haunted Asylum. This is a found footage movie. Ganjiam, The Haunted Asylum basically centers around a bunch of YouTubers who they go around and they go to these haunted places and they live stream and they're like, oh yeah, this place is haunted and all this other stuff. They end up going to this haunted asylum and they pay for it with their ass because it is extremely haunted. Now, this film takes a bit to get going. I will say it genuinely has one of the best modern day jump cuts that I've ever seen, because they use the fact that they're streaming and that there are multiple cameras around them and they're using face cameras in a really effective way. There's a moment here where, it was so good. It caught me off guard. It's a really fun movie. You can watch it on Peacock.
And it's, how do you spell it? Ganjiam?
Gon.
Oh my gosh, I spelled it so wrong. Gon
Jiam.
Ganjiam. I was a little close. Haunted something?
Haunted Asylum.
Haunted Asylum. Okay.
So I recommend that one.
Oh yeah, I need to see The Witch.
Oh, dude, I have it. I love The Witch.
Yeah, I need to see that.
That's one I want to watch with my wife because I think she'll dig it. But I love The Witch. It's a great movie. The next one, because I'm just pulling stuff out right now since we're doing this. Longlegs. I have talked at length about Longlegs, how much I love Longlegs.
That's one I'm seeing. That's the next one I'm seeing.
Let me know what you think. I love Longlegs. I know it's not for everybody. You still don't know who plays Longlegs in this, right?
I don't know anything about it. Something about a serial killer with occult leanings or something. That's all I heard.
You are the first person I know that doesn't know who plays Longlegs, and I really think they didn't want to give it away, but the marketing probably was like, no, we have to give it away.
Never saw the marketing for it.
Right. Don't. Just watch it. Yeah, if you're somebody that likes Silence of the Lamb with a splash of Satan, this is the movie for you, man.
With a side serving of Satan?
With a little, it's a little garnish of Satan in the movie. Yeah, Longlegs is just weird, man, but I really dug the hell out of it. And it's because you haven't seen it, I'm not going to say anything else. Just trust me. Do you
want me to leave?
No.
Text me when you want. Okay.
No. I like I said, I think you will dig it, knowing your taste. And if you are a fan of Silence of the Lambs, and you're a fan, I don't even know anything to compare it to. If you're a fan of just Silence of the Lambs, but with like some really darker, even more messed up stuff, you'll dig it.
Okay. Is SmackDown on the menu tonight? It's a women's match now. Damn it. What is that on? What is that on, William Lee? Is that on
USA?
USA, so it should be on Hulu?
Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, Longlegs. I'm so excited for you to see it. Like I said.
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna see it tomorrow, and then Jessica and I are going to talk about it Sunday.
And the last one on my list is Krampus, because we're coming up to the holiday season. Krampus is fun. Krampus is really cool. That's what I got for you right now, man.
I will recommend some movies from the time that I had a movie show with Chat Omnidog's wife, Jenny. My favorite movie still is The Black Coat's Daughter.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That really flipped me the flip out. You've already seen Don't Breathe, so you know how great Don't Breathe is. I was shaking for 2 hours after that movie. I loved that movie. Let's see. What are some of the other movies we saw? We saw some really obscure, interesting ones that I'm assuming the same app you used for Raw. It was like Hulu. I'll look in just a sec. I'm trying to think what else we saw. We only did it for a year in like 2019, I feel, maybe. It never got many views because I don't think I'm a comic book channel, so I just did it for fun. Now I can't think of any of the some of the movies we saw. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Did you ever watch Hereditary?
Yeah, that was one of the first movies we watched.
Okay. Have you seen
and Babadook? We saw Babadook and Hereditary.
Okay. Hereditary is great. Hereditary, I love the director's cut of Hereditary.
Yeah, we saw The Conjuring. Thank you, Harvey Peacock. Loved it.
Yep.
Oculus. Oh yeah, are you looking at my page right now? Oculus was awesome. Oh, and I found out from you that it was a Mike Flanagan movie.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Mike Flanagan. Oh my God, that dude. Jesus. I don't know how he keeps doing it, man.
Oh, I know.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, The Ritual was good. Thank you, Harvey.
Ritual's very good.
Suspiria. Harvey's on the ball. Suspiria was crazy.
I've never seen Suspiria. It's on my to watch list.
The new one or the old? The new one or
Both.
the old one? Both. Yeah.
Both.
Oh, you took a date to see Hereditary?
Hayden.
Don't know if I would have thought that was a date night movie, but I mean, Hayden, you do Hayden, man.
I mean, I love Hereditary. Yeah, I was telling you this the other day in the chat. The first night I watched Hereditary, and the thing that happens because I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that hasn't seen Hereditary yet.
Yeah.
I looked at my watch and went, there's still about an hour and a half left to this movie. The fuck is going to happen now? Because you took care of that problem pretty decisively.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it went a direction I did not expect.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also, Autopsy of Jane Doe. That was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
The Descent, The Woman in Black. Oh, The Descent was really good. Woman in Black was good. Thank you, Harvey. Mm-hmm. Devil's Candy. Yeah. The Canal was creepy. And Jacob's Ladder was okay. I don't know that I loved it.
I still haven't seen Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, you haven't?
I have it. And I even have it, but I haven't seen it.
I was genuinely scared when I saw when it first came out. I was too young to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it was on. I think they re-released it when I was maybe 14 or 15. I saw it and I was freaked out. It was a good movie for freaking you out.
Yeah. Oh, I mentioned this when we originally did the horror show earlier this month. But if you haven't, I always recommend you guys watch The First Omen. That was really good.
Oh, yeah. That was up right after Barbarian. That was what they were going to show immediately. Good. The First Omen.
Good, because that deserved way more love. First Omen is genuinely great to fantastic. There is the one scene involving the hand, and there is a birth that's going on. It's seared into the back of my brain for the rest of my life. I don't know how I don't know what they were thinking, not trying to market that movie more or whatever, or giving it more of a. The movie's fantastic. The first Omen is great.
Okay. Doc Elevator. I want to see these movies. X with Mia Goth this week. It was good, but you played 2 roles in it and one didn't work for me. You've seen all 3 of those, right?
I have. Yeah, I saw Maxine for the first time this week.
First Omen was my favorite horrors of the year. Hayden agrees with you. Nice.
Yeah, X is good. X is very good. Pearl is fantastic. Pearl is the best of the 3. Maxine is the weakest of the 3, mostly because I like 2/3 of Maxine, but the ending of it I just did not care for. It just falls apart for me towards the end.
Okay. Just should watch Infinity Pool. Have you seen Infinity Pool?
I've seen Infinity Pool. Infinity Pool's good.
I was just thinking of this movie, Dead Ringers by Cronenberg, earlier. Because I was thinking of Watchmen, which made me think of Jeremy Irons, and then that led me to Dead Ringers after that. I think I'd like to see Watchmen again. That was so Jeremy Irons' character was so interesting.
As an older Ozymandias?
Yeah.
He's so good in that.
That whole thing was amazing.
Yeah. I still think Watchmen is the best comic book show we've ever gotten.
I agree with that. I think you and I reviewed it, and I said this might be the best television show I've ever seen. I mean, I thought it was gripping and super well done.
It's so well done, honestly. It's so well done, and it brought to light to a lot of people the whole Tulsa, the Black Wall Street situation, which I was watching the episode going, why the hell nobody has ever talked about this or taught me this in school or anything like that.
100%. Watch Titan, please, because why should I be messed up alone? You said it was body horror, MD? I don't know. Is The Substance body horror?
I haven't seen it. I need to watch it. That's a Riley one, because Riley, he's the one that's going to the movies every single week, watching everything that comes out.
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore. I used to be that guy. I can't do it anymore.
Right.
There's too much going on.
He's going through his second childhood, his second teenagehood.
Probably.
Building Lego, going on dates, movie dates.
Yeah. Riley in a lot of ways reminds me of how I was when I was in my 20s. In a lot of ways. Especially just the collecting, the going to the movies and stuff like that all the time. I'm like, damn, I did that too.
Let's see. I saw. It was. Wait, I need to show. Hayden said it was his. Hereditary was his date's pick. So it wasn't his idea.
Okay, awesome, man. Hey, that's a keeper.
I got people trying to get me to watch Terrifier 3, but I just don't F with clowns.
Man, I watched the first Terrifier. I didn't get it. I really didn't. I'm like, okay, other than the incredible practical effects, because I can't take that away. The practical effects are amazing for the budget they were given. It's incredible. And I just didn't vibe with it. I don't get this. You're not even trying to tell me a story. It's just this clown killing people. Okay, cool. Terrifier 2 is much better. It actually tries to tell me a story, and I appreciated that. I'm like, oh, okay, there's actually characters here. There's a story. There's not a great story, but okay, there's some attempt at it. The kills are so great in Terrifier 2.
The kills are so great. There's their
blur. They are, dude. But from a practical effects standpoint, and I had a breaking point in Terrifier 2 where I'm like, this is just a fucking real life Itchy and Scratchy cartoon, isn't it? That's all this is. This is just Itchy and Scratchy for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Why the fuck is that movie 2 hours and 20 minutes? I looked at my daughter, my 13-year-old, not my 2-year-old. God, no. My 13-year-old. And I checked my watch and I went, when the hell is this over? And she goes, yeah, this is really long. I'm like, yes, we're at 2 hours and this thing still hasn't finished yet. But there's some genuinely really impressive stuff from a technical standpoint there. It's cool. There's a lot of good stuff in there. There was this one scene where it was so overhyped. The bleach and salt scene, I was like, okay. That was the scene that I just went, yeah, this is itchy and scratchy at this point.
Chris Jericho, I know that name. He's a wrestler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Terrifier 3. James didn't care for the Terrifier movies. Elon just watched Beetlejuice for the first time this week.
Oh, Beetlejuice is a fun classic.
Yeah, so much Harry Belafonte. I haven't seen it since it came out in the movie theater, so I don't know.
You do know that so you have seen Beetlejuice, right?
The first one, yeah. I know there's a second one out with Jenna Ortega in it.
Yeah, so they brought the whole cast back.
Okay.
There's a very solid reason why they did not bring Lydia's dad back. The actor that played Lydia's dad in the first movie has a bit of a shady history.
Who is the dad? Was it? I thought it was Michael McKean or something.
I forgot his name.
So it wasn't Michael McKean. Who was the dad?
Beetlejuice. What was the dude's name? It's Jeffrey Jones. Ferris Bueller's principal.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They did not bring him back.
No, I can see now. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might have been smart. Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're looking forward to seeing Terrifier 3. I want to go. My 13-year-old really wants to go see it, so we'll see. We will see.
I did. MD's laughing. He likes comedy horror. I need to see Tucker and Dale. That's apparently hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Tucker and Dale
versus Evil. Tucker and Dale.
Evil.
It's so much. It's a good time.
Tucker I need to see that. But I have to. I can't say why I laughed at Barbarian at the very, very end when the music comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Show you the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say on the air; it'll spoil it. But after all that tension, for me to just laugh at the song that they played was, I thought, funny. The song that they chose to play. I don't know if you remember it.
I don't. It's been so long.
Okay. Do you remember what the basic plot was?
Yes, okay. I do. I remember what the basic plot was, and I remember getting halfway through the movie and they introduced somebody else, and I went, "He's in this?"
Right. I thought it was an anthology at first, and then they tied it all together. Here's the song. I'll put it in the private chat.
Oh God. Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Oh my God. Oh, I just remembered why.
Very twisted, but I thought it was hilarious.
Oh God. Oh.
Yikes. Okay.
All right. I think we've kind of covered that. So
you had I feel like you had another thought. Oh, Halloween traditions.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up. So I was thinking about it today because we're about to go trick-or-treating tomorrow with my 2-year-old. It's going to be the first time we take her. We're just going down to, there's a strip mall around here by our house, and they're doing this big event. So they're going to have a whole bunch of places that are going to be handing out candy and stuff like that. So we're probably going to end up doing that. And it brought to my mind of what were some Halloween traditions or some things that you've done in the past for Halloween and stuff like that. Because I think it's kind of fun. I know for me, when I was still single and when I was living on my own and I had my own apartment, I was the house that was giving away full-size candy bars.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't cheap out on the kids. You can go to some of these houses and you get these little Snickers bars that's like this big, and it really doesn't do anything. Now, I was the house that had the full size Snickers bars and stuff like that.
Nice. Let's see.
You know,
I don't really remember trick or treating in like
the Dust
uh,
Bowl. I'm sorry.
that came up way too quick. How dare you?
I don't do that often because it's such
You
an
don't.
easy. It's a low hanging fruit at this point, but I had to do it.
That was funny.
Sorry.
I will say there's a new tradition that I had never heard of, but I guess it's been going on a while, and it's called trunk or treating.
Yes, trunk or treat is big now.
Yeah, where people pull up in areas and they open the trunks to their car in, I guess, in this common parking lot that everybody agrees to, and the kids all go to the various cars and get their treats there.
Yeah.
Did I explain that right? I have never been to it.
Nailed it. It was
Okay.
a big thing with churches for a long time, but it seems to have blown up, and a lot of places are doing it now.
Yeah, I had not heard of it until I just read about it. So
Yeah,
that's interesting. Trunk or treating.
yeah. Trunk or treat is okay, but you know, I would never want it to replace traditional trick or treating because as a kid, man, I just have fond memories of getting the costume together, going across the neighborhood and stuff like that. Because I always lived in apartment complexes as a kid. And we would go through the buildings and we would knock on doors and stuff like that. We would get candy and everything. And of course, there would always be the one or two houses that they would leave the bucket out and it would say, "Hey, only take one piece of candy, please." Oh, oh, come on. Yeah, no, that was not happening, man. We emptied out that whole bucket. And it was a big event for me growing up because I have very fond memories of doing that as a kid.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember all of my daughter's Halloweens better than I do my own. And because the street we used to live on was very quiet, so we'd turn off all the lights and go to a different neighborhood. But now that we're in this townhouse complex, I am not kidding you. Those Costco size bags, exactly. We go through 3 of those Costco size bags that are like $20 each. They're ginormously huge and they're good candy, but I mean, so many kids come by. So it's fun to see that. I don't mind doing that.
We don't have any kids that pass through this neighborhood for whatever reason. We live in a great area, but I don't, since we've been here for what, 3 years now? I don't think we've ever had a kid knock on our door for Halloween, right?
No, there's mostly old people in this area.
Yeah, there's mostly old people in this area. That's true.
Oh, good. Quiet neighbors.
Oh, dude, no, Quiet Neighbors is, you should hear the neighbor next door because they've got loud ass music right now.
Oh.
But it's fine because it's my turn in about an hour and we're going to watch something in a minute. There's, yeah. So I miss it. I miss the trick or treating thing. And now that we have a kid that's young enough, I don't know. I think it's going to be cool. I think we're going to have a good time tomorrow.
Are you taking both kids?
13-year-old is with her biological dad this week.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are going to do their own thing, I'm assuming.
Okay.
What do you think is, hold on. Okay. What do you think is the cutoff age for trick or treating before you think it becomes creepy if you're just a guy walking from house to house?
Yeah, that's a good question. Teenage years, I think 13 should be the limit.
I agree.
That's about it because I think when you're 13, is she in 7th grade? 6th grade?
8th grade.
She's in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can't be trick-or-treating in high school. That's just wrong, man. You can go out and earn the dosh and get your own candy. Don't be coming to my house with a hat and a sweater on and saying you're Frank Sinatra and wanting my candy. Come on. Holy guacamole.
You have a job, man. You're a grown man.
Weren't you just here raking my leaves earlier? Get out of here. What are you talking about?
Treat, Mr. Brack. Can I have some candy, please? I gave you a 10 spot like 5 hours ago.
Yeah. Let's see. Spud Boy, there was a house in my hometown known for giving out king-size candy bars, and one year my friend tried unsuccessfully to do a costume change and double dip. Your friend sounds amazing. How did
That's
they catch him?
fantastic.
That's so funny. A costume change.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic, man.
Elon used to go on a Ghost Stream train every year. That sounds cool.
That's cool. Yeah, in
A
the
ghost,
last
I'm sorry, Ghost Steam Train. That sounds cool.
few years, it seems like there's been kind of trying to figure out how to put this. Horrification of Halloween, maybe.
Hmm.
No, that's not the right way. Where a lot of adults have tried to shift Halloween more to like an adult-based thing.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's really caught on, especially after COVID. I feel like that's kind of died out.
Oh,
And I'm starting to kind of see it shift right back into, yeah, it's more of a kids thing. Let the kids really enjoy it, you know?
Jewish Dragons lives in a fancy neighborhood. In my neighborhood, some neighbors are in the movies, SFX business, and the houses collaborate and bring out lasers, fog machines, robots, and
What?
hire police to close down streets. It's a cool street party.
That's amazing. I'm going to
That-
your neighborhood.
I know I want to be Jewish Dragons neighbor. That sounds so
Holy
fun.
crap, that sounds fantastic, dude.
Oh, wow.
Jess, I think we need to take a plane.
I think we know where we want to spend next Halloween.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. That sounds awesome.
Next Halloween will be on a Friday night. You can take the day off. We can go out to LA.
Yeah.
Wow. Jewish Dragons. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, in my neighborhood, the scariest thing was the homeless people during trick or treat. Not even the costume. Jesus. So that was one thing. I also remember just the horror movie thing, because I grew up watching horror movies. I've loved horror movies all my life and stuff like that. And for the most part, almost every year I put on the original Halloween with yeah, I always pretty much watch it. It's kind of like a tradition of mine. It's Halloween on Halloween night, and Jaws I usually watch on 4th of July.
Oh God. Perfect. Jaws for 4th
Yeah.
of July.
Yeah, those are usually my traditions.
Hello, Kay Quinn. Another celebrity alert. Jamie Lee Curtis went to my college.
Oh my God, Jess.
But only for 1 year, and then she dropped out and made Halloween.
Well,
Didn't
clearly
Halloween come out in like 1981 or something?
She made the right choice.
Yeah, but she was known as a wild partier.
Really?
I mean, I didn't know to look for her. I only found out afterwards that she was there. I mean, she was just a girl there.
Oh.
I did, somebody said, yeah, Tony Curtis's daughter's here. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then freaking Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh man. You tell me all these stories, and it seems like you've been around you are the person that I know that has been around the most celebrities through osmosis.
But I did not meet her. I met all the other celebrities, but
Yes.
I did not meet her.
Yes. It's been Steven Seagal. It's been Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis now.
Well, through that's more like this 6 what is it? The 6
degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how I know her.
Yes, which I'm pretty sure you've met Kevin Bacon at some point too.
At some point, yeah.
At some point, you might have met Kevin Bacon.
I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar one time.
Oh my God, Jess.
Let's see. Oh, and when I was working at the record store in LA, that was crazy. A celebrity came in almost every single day. I can't say I met them. I helped them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Paul Stanley from Kiss and Tom Selleck, I remember.
Tom Selleck, wow.
Yeah, he was boiled. It was late at night. He was in a tux with his wife trying to get a stylist for his turntable. He had a few. I could tell. Woo! So I helped him out. Sorry, Adam. If you think I'm telling tales out of school, it was 1985. Don't try and deny it, Tom Selleck. You were lit up at that Tower Records on Sunset Boulevard.
There was that. Dick Cheney. You met.
Oh, yeah. I did talk to Dick Cheney. That's right.
Yeah. So you have led a very interesting life. Yeah, I am extremely jealous of you. Is Steven Seagal a dick?
He was nice to my sister, and he was nice to me. The one sentence he said to me,
Okay.
I
All right.
I don't know what he's like. Like maybe in a relationship or on a movie set or when he
Yeah.
goes into a 7-Eleven or something. He was, he was nice to my sister and he was nice to me. So
Okay. Did he do like a whole mean Gene Green thing where he gave you the baseball or the shirt or whatever, and he said, "Thanks, kid"? That is a reference.
I know that's a football reference. Nice.
That is an old one, folks.
Yeah.
Man.
No, he came in really late for dinner, and my sister was his personal chef.
Is this skinny Steven Seagal or fat Steven Seagal? Do you remember?
He was. I wouldn't say he was skinny, but I would say he was not fat.
Okay, gotcha.
He was still. I would say he was still in shape, Steven Seagal.
Gotcha.
And she had made dinner, and she was expected to stay until he got there for dinner. Now,
Wow.
This was 10 p.m. My sister was not that pleased over this. She was she wanted to leave and get back to her life. She didn't live there. So she was not particularly happy. And she just introduced me and he said, "Nice to meet you. Your sister's a great cook." And that was it. Okay.
Amazing.
Bye. I'm leaving with my sister now.
My sister's really annoyed at you right now.
Yeah, my sister's gonna quit tomorrow, but I dressed up as Paul Stanley for Halloween as a 10-year-old kid. I wasn't going to say it earlier, but decided not to. But since Jess mentions Paul Stanley, yeah, he was actually a nice guy. He came in for cassette tapes. Oh, I met Bruce Springsteen.
What?
Yeah, I have a whole story about Bruce Springsteen.
You met Bruce? What?
At Tower Records. I know I've told this story before because people call me this name.
Pre or post Born in the USA?
This was post Born in the USA, and I didn't work for that Tower Records long. It was really a terrible job.
Yeah.
I only worked there a couple of months, but he came in one time, and people lined up for autographs, and he was cool about it. He was fine. He was fine. He came up to the cassettes and LPs were separated, and he came in for 10 or 15 cassettes for his car, which was out in the parking lot. It was a Corvette because it was made in the USA. So he got a Corvette.
Of course.
Right. And so he came in and the employees stuck their records in there first for him to sign the autograph for. And I stuck Born to Run in there, and
That's
he
awesome.
said, "What's your name?" And I said, "My name's Jess." And he goes, "Jess?" And I said, "No, Jess." And if you can look here, it says there's an A under there. He went JASS. I said, and at this point, I was starting to be a pain. I said, JESS. And so he corrected it, signed it, and then was like, "Get the hell out of my life." And so, yeah.
I still would have taken it. Yeah, Jazz.
Oh, yeah, I was excited. I got there were these guys that I was still going back and forth between LA and Carmel at that time. And there were these two guys who ran a pizza place that was a really good pizza place in Carmel. Huge Bruce Springsteen fans. I got both of them autographed. He knew how to spell Anthony, I remember. So I got them the same albums, and they gave me free pizza for the rest of my life. It was awesome. They were so excited.
Nice. Did you ever have a bad celebrity encounter when you were at the Tower Records place? Nobody,
Yeah, it was the Tower on Sunset Strip. I saw musicians every day there. David Lee Roth was in there one time.
Van Halen or Van Hagar?
It was 1985. I feel like Jump came out in 1984. So
this might have been Van Hagar.
Right?
Because Van Hagar was what, 87?
I think Van Hagar might have been 87. I don't know. I don't know, huh? I can't remember who he was, what he was doing, but he was in there, and they all shopped and just did regular stuff, and Springsteen was the one. Nobody else asked anybody for autographs. Nobody went up to Tom Selleck. Nobody went up to Paul Stanley, but everybody went up to Bruce Springsteen, and he was very nice and accommodating. But after 15 minutes, he's like, "Guys, I gotta go," and he was still signing like out in the parking lot. So he was a good guy. I can't think of having a bad experience. I mean, I had bad experiences there, but they were with regular citizens.
Oh, they don't count. The Fleet they don't really count.
Yeah. The record store. Oh, here's one. The record store in Monterey, when I worked there, Stevie Wonder and his entourage came in.
Oh.
And Stevie Wonder was fine, but his entourage were all a bunch of dicks. They came up with all their purchases and they wanted discounts. And I'm like,
what?
Why should I give you a discount? And what? What do you mean? This isn't on sale right now.
No.
And so my manager had to take over. He's like, it's okay. It's okay. You can take 10. Take a 10-minute break.
Yeah, it's a shame Stevie couldn't see what was going on.
he must have heard. But yeah, he was perfectly fine. He was a nice guy, but man, his entourage was taking liberty with us.
Yeah, I've had several jobs in my life where because you got to do what you got to do and stuff like that. Where some good, some bad. I've worked in a lot of places. I've worked at a bookstore before. I worked at a conservative bookstore before, which that was fun. We got a lot of interesting clientele there. My boss was a racist.
Nice.
Yeah, that bookstore is no longer around. He would sit down at this little coffee area in front of me and go and just flat out ask me, "So why do you speak Spanish to these people?" I went, "Because that's all they speak when they come in here." He's like, "Oh, I want you to speak English to them." I'm like, "Okay."
That sounds like a kind of illegal, but I don't know. Does it border on illegal to tell somebody how to speak?
It's Florida, man.
It's Florida. The answer from you.
It's Florida, man. Yeah, he's like, I don't want you to speak Spanish to the customers. I want you to just speak English. I'm like, but a lot of them don't speak. He's like, I don't care. I'm like, oh, okay.
Was this when you were a teenager?
Yeah, I was probably 17 at the time.
Oh,
that place closed down after I started working there. That place barely lasted a year after I started working there. Yeah, the dude was deeply racist, and I'm like, Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got one of those. I got the owner, the husband. So his wife was also one of those, and it's not because I'm racist. I would vote for what was her name? Oh, it's not because I'm racist that I don't want to vote for Barack Obama, because I would vote for Condoleezza Rice. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's what. I don't feel like that is okay. All right. That was yeah, that was a job I needed really badly, and the hours were good, so I took it. Yeah, I've had that. I've worked at a Timberland, which is a clothing store. This was fresh out of college.
Yeah.
And that gig was not terrible, but the hours were horrible. And I was working 2 jobs at the time. So I would leave one job and go do that job. And that was pretty much my Monday through Saturday. I would only have Sundays off. And I did that for about 3 months before I said, I am going to go crazy if I don't leave one of these jobs, because this is way too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I worked at Timberland, we would have a lot of people that would come in, and we would the thing we would always get is, hey, if you see somebody from Brazil that comes in, be kind of wary, because what they'll do is, and this isn't just exclusively Brazil, but we had a large Brazilian clientele at the time. Be very wary, because what they'll do is they'll buy in bulk. They'll just clear out shelves, clear out racks and stuff like that of clothes. And what they'll do is they'll pay for it, obviously, but they'll fill their luggage, and then they would go over to Brazil and they flip the clothes over because it was cheaper here, so they pay more over there, something like that. So I would have to tell my boss every time that would happen. Dude, one day,
Is that the only? Wait, hold it. How do you know when somebody's from Brazil?
Portuguese. Portuguese was a dead giveaway.
Okay.
Yeah, and we would ask them too, hey, we would try to strike up a conversation. Where are you from and
Okay.
everything? And they'd be like, oh, we're from Brazil. And we're like, oh, okay. And sure enough, but we knew right away what was going on when they would be bringing 13 of the same shirts, 4 of the same jackets, 8 of the same boots. We'd be like, okay, so we know what you're doing. So there was one day where my boss wasn't around. I forgot what the reasoning was. It was me and another worker in the store. And dude, my boss wasn't around. They cleaned us out. They
Wow.
cleaned out the store. Oh my God. And I remember the next morning getting a text from my boss because he opened the next day and he just a text going, "What the fuck?" His thing was like, we don't have almost any product on the shelves and on the walls. And I said, yeah, we sold it all yesterday to a bunch of people that showed up. He was so pissed at me. I'm like, but we had a record day. Like, we don't have any product if people come in now.
Yeah, I think that's the problem, William Lee, is that when you get cleaned out the next day, you don't have stuff to put on the shelves.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
That sounds like it was that was the problem with the Brazilians.
That was the problem that we had. Right. That was the big thing because you still need to have stuff on the shelves because if corporate comes in, you're expected to have the store looking a certain way.
Sure.
So that was the thing. I quit that job after that. Yeah, I left. That was the breaking point for me. I was like, my grandfather is dying. I'm not gonna be here anymore. Bye. And that was the end of the conversation. I never showed back up for that place again.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spanish and Portuguese, good morning, Joey. He's from Down Under. I have a Spanish copy of Heroes in Crisis book in front of me at work. I'm about to start. Have you bros read it? Yeah.
Heroes in Crisis? Is that the therapy one?
That's the Tom King one with Wally West. Yeah.
How good is your return policy for where you got it from?
Yeah, where'd you get it from?
And no, I mean, I'm being dead serious. So it takes a lot for all of us to not like a book. Usually at least one of us is like, yeah, it wasn't that bad.
It's actually true.
No, every single one of us, because we got comps for it. We got review copies for it. And every single one of us did not like that book.
And we didn't talk about it before the show. It came out on the show.
Yeah, it really did.
It went really sideways towards the last third of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joey.
Sorry, bud.
I mean, but maybe it'll be if you're learning Spanish as a second language, or maybe you speak Spanish as a first language, it'll be a good workout for your brain.
That is
Especially when it explodes.
That is a rare Tom King miss. Tom King usually does not miss.
I agree.
But didn't we get word that a lot of that was editorial?
Yeah.
There's a lot of editorial interference in that book.
I feel like we got word and then somebody else told me, I can't remember 100%. I bought it in Madrid. I'm glad it's in Spanish then. I'll give it a miss. I've heard how bad all the other bros think it is. Great art, so Spanish works. Okay, you can make up your own story.
And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, make up your own story and send it in, Joey. We'll read it. Yeah, I don't own that book at all. So I can't go over why I didn't care for it. I just remember that I didn't. Yeah, it's rare that Tom King misses that hard.
He doesn't. I think that's his only. I didn't care for much for that Batman run, but even then, that Batman run had some great moments.
Oh, it had some of my favorite Batman moments in it.
War of Jokes and Riddles was fantastic. I love War of Jokes and Riddles.
Yeah.
The Bane stuff towards the end was really good as well.
I love the double date stuff with Superman and Lois.
Yeah, that run has it's a one shot. That has one of my favorite one shots. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm. And then I loved it when Poison Ivy got so broken from Jokes and Riddles that she basically took over the world, and they had to bring in Harley to get her to snap out of it. It was I thought that was great. I thought it was super good.
He's on another long run right now, right? What's he doing? Which book is it?
I think Wonder Woman.
Okay, he's got
like 14, I think.
I think he said he's doing 100 for Wonder Woman, or he's going to try or something like that.
Oh wow! Okay, good. I know he was trying for 100 with Batman.
I think that was a weird case with that Batman book, wasn't it? Because what did he get up to? 80 something? He got close, and then they spun it off into something else.
Batman and Catwoman, yeah. I feel like he got into the 80s, yeah, and then he finished it off in Batman and Catwoman, which I haven't read yet.
I unfairly think that series got maligned by a lot of people and derailed because of the wedding issue.
Yep. Disney
And
marketing.
I will admit, I was one of the ones disappointed in that too. I was like, wow, you hyped this up and it doesn't have a wedding. I'll admit that. But it didn't put me off of the run because I think there's a lot of good stuff after that.
If they hadn't hyped it up and made it such a big deal and just let it happen, it might have been a beloved run, but people turned on it really hard.
And I don't think he got them back after. I don't think he got a certain audience back after that turn.
Right, I agree. I actually have to say I would have loved to have seen see what a happy Batman looked like, or just for a couple issues, like a relaxed Batman, relaxed enough that he could be on the beach holding hands with Catwoman, having a drink, and just saying,
"Yeah,
okay, I can go back to my night job, and everything will be fine. But just let me enjoy these 2, days here." And, but I totally get how that one moment when it gets Catwoman's sister talks to her, and when she decides that she can't marry him, I thought that was a really heartbreaking, seriously real moment with Catwoman.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I in hindsight being 2020, looking back on it now, I think it works. I think it works more than it doesn't.
Yeah, this is a good observation from Chris. Yeah, and Bane at his most sadistic. Yeah.
I think it works more than it doesn't, especially looking back on it through the rearview mirror of what the whole run amounts to and the whole situation with Bane and everything like that. And not only that, we kind of do get that happy moment because they do the one-shot issue where you see what their life would be like.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a beautiful, just a beautiful one-shot issue where you see them grow old together and eventually die.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I love that issue.
It's that issue's great. Where he let us see them grow old together. That made me cry.
Yeah. It was kind of like, okay, you didn't get the wedding, but I'm still going to give you more or less what you want. You get a glimpse of what this would look like if they did decide to tie the knot, grow old together, be married, and everything like that. It was very touching. It was a good issue.
Yeah, that was in an annual, I think.
Was it the annual?
I think it was the annual, but I'm not sure the number or anything.
Was that also the run where he did that Swamp Thing, the annual for that?
I do remember that he did an annual for Swamp Thing, but I don't know if it was the same year.
With the dead girl?
Yeah, I'd have to go get my Swamp Thing.
That was good. That was good too.
True Graphics, right. This is the best Riddler story ever. Tom King's Riddler.
One Bad Day story.
One Bad Day. Ooh, it was really good. True Graphics, totally right.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of comic book writers these days, they come into the scene just like a shooting star, just like knocking things out of the park. Then they not fade into the background a little bit, but they kind of settle into their way and things like that. And they still put out great stuff, but you don't hear as much about them. I think in the bubble right? Of like the it guy right now. Scott Snyder's doing Absolute Batman right now.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard too much about it. And, you know, Tiny Onion, God bless it. Tiny Onion is putting out some of the best books right now.
Like,
and he's been for
6 of
years.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. His output, insane for the last few years. So much so that they're bringing back Vertigo, the line.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they just announced. So we have New York Comic Con over the past weekend, last weekend, and they just announced that they're bringing back the Vertigo line, and the spearheaded project of it is the Last House, something I think is what it's called.
The Last House on the Lake. Because
what's the name of it?
The other one was the Nice House on the Lake.
I think
Because the other one was the Nice House by the ocean or something. James says Absolute Batman and Wonder Woman are both amazing. I think I've heard that.
Dying to read Absolute Wonder Woman. I have it on my tablet. I just haven't picked it up yet.
I think that's the one by Kelly Thompson.
It is. Okay, it's called The Nice House by the Sea.
Yeah, that's the sequel to Nice House in the Woods or whatever it was.
Yeah, and they're using that to spearhead the launch of the Vertigo line.
Oh, okay. Nice House by the Sea. Okay. Double Date was great when Batman hits the baseball. That whole thing was great when the ladies switched suits and were complaining about each other's sizes and stuff. And it was really funny. It seemed very real. I see. That's what I like. That Lois and Selena got along together because their guys were friends. That they got along. I liked how they ended up having a rapport with each other.
Right.
So you're right. We did get that sort of happiness, and they would hang out in bed in the morning, and that's when Poison Ivy controlled the entire world. So they were happy until Poison Ivy started controlling the Justice League.
Yeah. Can anybody in the chat tell me, is there a reason, without ruining it, why Absolute Batman is built like Darkseid? Is there a reason for that? Is it okay? I guess I'll just read the damn book. I know. I'll read it.
Well, it looks like James has read it.
Why he's built like a brick shit house, basically.
Well, it's completely different than the regular run.
It's a new universe.
Yeah, which I kind of dig. I really like that they're taking the chance to have two universes at the same time with super awesome creators.
It's the ultimate thing. What Ultimate Universe is doing right now.
Yeah. Good for them. I like change. I like when you take a chance like that.
James. I'm going to say it's due to boxing. Okay.
Okay.
Is he Mike Tyson? I'm going to fuck up the criminal.
Right. Absolute Batman. Batroids.
Oh my God. If Batman is Mike Tyson in this series. Oh.
Face tattoo.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's apparently off to a really good start. So I'm happy about that.
Me too. Me too. New Comics is always good, man. And you know what's even better?
Yeah?
New Comics that you can get for a discounted price.
Nicely done. That would be InStockTrades.com, our fabulous sponsor, where every month we give away a free gift card worth $50 worth of credit that Aria won this month. So we'll have another one to give away in November, which is creeping up on us way quicker than expected.
Oh my God.
Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount at InStockTrades.com. Also, the spooky deals under the deal section, there's a Thrills and Chills sale where you get an extra 5% off on each book there. It changes every week in the month of October. We usually go over them on Monday, so we'll have a new list on this Monday. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping, which is incredible. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Yeah. Good segue, too. Very
That's
nice.
Yeah, I've been doing this a few years. I think I still got a little bit.
Yes.
This show, 10 years, going on 10 years now.
Oh, I don't think we're quite there. I think we started the fourth semester of 2016, like maybe in October or something.
Yeah, we're getting close. We are getting close, dude.
What's the other sale on right now? Well, I have the Thrills and Chills here set up. It's the other sales: clearance, damages, Thrills and Chills. Oh, and Fall into Autumn sale. Fall into Autumn sale. Wait a second. Oh, nope. Overstock. That was old. Overstock sale 2024. Oh, thank you. Oh, there's a lot of good books here that are all half price or more. Oh. Amazing Spider-Man, Omnis 50% off. Aquaman. What's that? The Art of, that looks R-rated. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to show that. A lot of books here 50% off because they're overstocked. Let me see if I can share the screen real quick. Thank you, Smothery Lion. We'll just share the first page. Okay. This is the overstock sales. So these are all like 50% off. Absolute Batman and Son, Absolute All-Star Superman, 1949. I read this. This is a good book. Spider-Man, Red Sonja Omnibus. Hey, there's some good books in here.
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
50% off. Can't show you whatever this is about. Art of Menage 3. Yeah, no, I'm not showing that.
Ooh.
Batman by Zdarsky, Arkham Asylum. Omnibus.
I love Arkham Asylum.
I know, it's great. Oh, Batman by Paul Dini, Batman Beyond.
Batman White Knight.
Yeah.
First of the White Knight. That stuff is good.
It is good. Batman and Robin, Batman the Black Mirror Deluxe Edition. So, yeah, there's
that's a lot.
40 pages of things that are half off.
Well, 10 pages.
Wait, 1 of 10.
It's 10 pages, but each page has 40 things on it.
Oh, okay. Thank you for helping me with that.
No problem. There's a lot. There's a lot, man.
Okay, so there's 10 pages. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff. 50% off.
Chew is always great.
Yeah, Chew's great. The Omnivore edition. Black Hammer, Planet of the Apes. Beware Planet of the Apes. Here's Batman Generation Joker. Damn, I should have waited on buying some of these things. Okay, good job, Smothery Lion. Thank you for telling me about that.
Hey, I was just thinking about this. What about if I don't know if you're gonna do the Patreon with me next month or not, but what about if we pick a book and we do like a book club?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I was thinking Chew because I just saw it there, and I think Chew would be a fun one. I haven't revisited Chew since it came out.
That's 3 big books, though.
No, we won't cover the full thing. Let's maybe the first 2 arcs, maybe the first 10 issues or 2 volumes or whatever.
Okay, I have it in like library size.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever finished that whole thing.
Really? Okay.
Nuh-uh. Cynical Stark is up for it. Okay.
Yeah, I think for the Patreon, maybe. Well, we'll decide on a book, but just spitballing right now. I think Chew would be a good one.
Chew sounds fun.
If we want to do something short, I know we said we were going to do Superior Foes of Spider-Man. We never did it.
And it's out of print still.
Do you have it, Superior Foes?
Yeah.
Okay, I can get a copy of it. That's not an issue.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, James. So we might be doing a book club. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to announce it once we figure out which book it is.
Batman Beyond Compendium, Batman White Knight, Batman Animated Series. Kane Knows Her Batman. Book I highly recommend is Echoes by Joshua Hale Fialkov from
That's
Image.
a good one.
If you get the hardcover, get it, as it has a beautiful die cut.
That's a good book.
Echoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's the one I think it is, with the father, and yeah, that's a good book. If it's the one I think it is.
Okay. Getting back to horror, I'm excited about the Harrow County Absolute as I sold my library editions. There's an Absolute coming out of that? Did we announce it and I wasn't paying attention? I have kept my library editions. I love that book. Did I already highlight this? William Lee Still Bitter that Superman Silver Age is not on that list.
I really thought you had it in the bag, William Lee. Jess gave you such a long run on that.
I did.
Oh my gosh, you got this in the bag, man. And damn.
What's the skincare routine? I put on moisturizer.
Stress. Lots and lots of stress.
Stress and cigarettes.
I don't smoke cigarettes, so it's stress.
Omar has a vid on the Harrow County book. Okay.
Nice. Please go show that guy some love. He's going through a bumpy time right now with the situation that, well, he's announced it, but the situation with his father. So if you can and you see him on the live streams and stuff like that, just show him some love.
I'm guest hosting tomorrow on the morning stream. He'll be back live at some point, but I don't know when. And I kind of doubt I'll be the first person he'll tell. I might be in the top 20 of people he'll tell, but I don't know if I'll be in the top 10 of people he'll tell when he comes back live. And he may do it sporadically, which is how I certainly would do it, but it's up to him.
He needs some time. He's gonna need some time.
I'll be with Dom and Lars tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Ooh.
Yes. Thank you for asking, James. The live collected edition, yoink, is going to be November 2nd. I'm not, oh, shoot. Wait, I'll have to go into Discord and find out what we decided, because I have the Batman show with the Minister that day. It might be at 1 p.m. on November 2nd. I'm talking about Batman the Animated Series with the Minister on Saturday. So, yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out. I'll work on it. Thank you. Cold water and hydrating. CeraVe is my skincare. Cold water. Right. Oh, he's shattered. That's for sure. Here's a question for you.
Oh, Lou, you getting any upcoming Arrow releases that I can get a reminder to buy when you post them on Insta? All of them. Arrow is destroying my wallet right now, and it's not pretty. They are putting out so many good titles over the next few months, and in these beautiful deluxe package 4K movie. It's, oh my God, Arrow.
Is that what you posted today that had Inglorious Bastards?
Yeah, so Arrow is destroying my wallet. They're putting out Demolition Man finally in 4K in December, and we get the pizza cut or the Taco Bell cut. I talked about this last week.
Oh yeah,
yeah, we get both of them in the disc. They announced that in January they are putting out a deluxe edition of The Usual Suspects, deluxe edition of Inglorious Bastards. What else was it? It was.
I'll pull up the chat because you showed a lot of things. Let's see. We talked about Distillery there. Arrow. Here it is. Usual Suspects. The Gift.
Yeah, The Gift. I'm gonna get that as well.
Is that with Cate Blanchett? Is that the classical music one?
No, that's Sam Raimi.
The
The one that,
Gift?
yeah, I think that's the Sam Raimi movie. I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it.
Is it what is it? I don't know that I've heard of it.
Hold on.
I
I've
love
never seen it.
Blanchett. William Shatner's in Incubus?
I didn't know that. I've never seen Incubus.
The Cell.
The
Glorious-
Cell. I'm gonna be getting The Cell. Yep.
Okay. Inglorious Bastards with a huge, amazing set.
Yeah, Arrow is destroying my wallet.
Wow, that Inglorious Bastards thing looks crazy right there in the bottom.
It's a very cool set.
Wow. Yeah, I can see if I was a DVD, if I was a 4K collector rather, this would be crazy for me.
Death Becomes Her came out in 4K. Yes, I used to love that movie.
That's a hilarious movie.
That is a fun movie, and I think it's one from Bruce Willis's catalog that a lot of people tend to forget. But I don't think a lot of people. It's a weird one. I don't think a lot of people have seen it.
I thought it was very funny.
It is. It's really good.
I'm working on T-Lar. I have to get a hold of. I'll try and get a hold of him tomorrow. That's a good reminder, NFL dude. Thank you. Oh, hello, Axel. Thank you. Here's a question for you.
Do you have the Criterion for The House? It's a campy Japanese horror movie from the 70s. I don't actually. I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
You know what I haven't seen that I think you have seen a lot? You may even own it, but I don't know that there's a way for me to own it right now. That's the original Japanese release of The Grudge.
Oh, Ju-on.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called. The Japanese release, I believe it's called Ju-on. Yeah, there's so there's a box set. There's an Arrow box set actually that has the first film in 4K and the other one's in Blu-ray. I don't have it, but I want to get it.
And that's something I'd like, right?
Ju-on, yes. I happen to think Ju-on is much better than the original Grudge.
Wait, what was the original Grudge?
The remake. The remake.
Remake. Okay,
Yeah,
I haven't.
remake, yeah.
I don't think I've seen the remake. I saw the remake of The Ring, and I thought that was good and scary. But I want to see the original of The Ring. But I also want to see the original of The Grudge.
I'm actually one of the people that I think the remake of The Ring by Gore Verbinski is better than Ringu. I like it more than Ringu.
Okay, good. Then I don't need to see it. I saw the good one with Naomi Watts. She was great. Arrow Friday the 13th remake 4K being a US exclusive broke my heart and my wallet with the import.
Yeah, that one's out of print already, or it went out of print for a while. I don't know if they brought it back, but that was a tough one for me to track down. I was able to get a copy though.
Lou, buy the Ju-on box set. It's so good.
I need to get it.
Sometimes I'm just happy we don't get boutique physical releases in my country. Criterion, Shout Factory, Kino Lorber, and Arrow would destroy my wallet. I am familiar with all of those distributors, and yeah, I mean, I have a pretty small 4K collection, and but even I have bought from Kino Lorber, Shout Factory, and maybe Arrow too.
Yeah, Arrow's doing really well. Second Sight for me is the best one right now. I have my Late Night with the Devil Second Sight box set is coming in the mail right now. It should be here Sunday, I think is when I'll probably get it. I love that movie, so I had to spring for the deluxe box set.
That might be the movie you've talked about the most this year.
I loved it.
I know. I really have to see it. You have definitely talked it up this year.
It's knowing your taste and what you like and your preference for an aesthetic and for that time period.
Yeah.
You will dig it.
Okay.
You might get more out of it than me because you've seen a lot of the Johnny Carson show and like a lot of those other late night shows from that time period more than I have.
Chris having trouble himself with the Steelbook Special Editions. Just got Bone Tomahawk Steelbook this week.
Nice. I
saw Bone Tomahawk on a horror list. Is that a horror movie?
I've never seen Bone Tomahawk.
Chris, is that a horror movie? Is that with Kurt Russell? What am I thinking of? I might be thinking of something completely different. I might be thinking of something utterly wrong. I wish we got more Studio Canal releases. Second Sight kills it. Dawn of the Dead, When a Stranger Calls, Texas Chainsaw, all amazing additions. So even though Best Buy is not carrying 4K Steelbook or any, they're not carrying any physical media anymore, right?
Best Buy is not doing video games. That's about it.
Bone Tomahawk is a Western. Okay, thank you. I must have been thinking of something else. Is physical media? I mean, you post stuff almost every day about physical media. Is it still healthy then? Because of these boutique labels?
I don't know. I'm the wrong person to really ask about that. I personally feel physical media is becoming more of a thing like vinyl, where you will always have the core demographic there that will always prefer to have something like this, where I've got You're Next, right? And I have the deluxe edition because I love the movie, so
That's
I get
beautiful.
art cards. I get a booklet in there as well.
Whew, so cool.
So I'm always going to be a sucker for this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think there's always going to be an audience out there that no matter what will like this. What I think is going to end up happening is I think for the most part, a lot of physical media is going to go to the more boutique route. You will always get, for the most part, the big releases will get a disc. I think that's going to happen. I don't think that they're just going to cut and dry disc out completely from these big releases like a Deadpool and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for some of your smaller stuff, I think the boutique labels are going to take over, and I think the boutique labels are going to be putting out a lot more of these things of, hey, here's a copy of The Hitcher, a long forgotten film, and we're going to give you a deluxe edition with a hardcover booklet and a whole bunch of special features in it and interviews and stuff like that, with premium packaging. I think that's where we're going to see a lot more of these things go. But I've also kind of seen a little bit of a pushback in the last year or two where people are getting tired of the streaming model and people are getting tired of them turning on their TVs and going, where the fuck is Indiana Jones and why isn't Indiana Jones on Disney Plus anymore? Because that was a thing that happened, let's say 2 or 3 weeks ago, where Indiana Jones was just pulled from Disney Plus because something involving the streaming rights or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. And people were going, that sucks. And then they would show their shelf and go, but I've got Indiana Jones right here, so I really don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So I think there's a bit of a pushback. I think some people are starting to realize, with the rising cost of streaming, them trying to bundle all this stuff together, it's becoming cable 2.0. And I don't like it.
Right. I saw the VHS of Alien Romulus today. For a VHS. Who still has their VCR?
A lot. You'd be surprised.
Really?
VHS
don't even play properly on these new HDR TVs, though. You need like a little small model that you can is like a TV and VCR player all in one.
VHS has made a weird kind of comeback in collecting circles over the last few years, where a lot of people are picking up VHS copies, going to their local Goodwills and these garage sales and grabbing stuff on the cheap just because they want to have a VHS copy of something because they think it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not as a format. I think VHS is not great because it looks terrible for the most part. But if you want to collect the VHS of something, I think it's cool. Plus, there's a lot of stuff out there that never made it past VHS. It just got stuck in VHS. A lot of obscure stuff for whatever reason. So there's stuff out there.
Bone Tomahawk is absolutely a horror movie. I didn't want to spoil it, but respectfully to whoever said that it was just a Western, hasn't seen it. I am pretty sure I just saw it today on a horror movie highlight, like the top 30 horror movies on Netflix, you know, and Bone Tomahawk was on there. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, my parents got rid of their CRT TV like 4 years ago. The TV was as old as me. It's probably as big as you too. Those things were seriously heavy and stuck out. I remember the guys when we got our first flat panel, the deal was they had to take the old one out because I couldn't lift that thing. I mean, these flat panel TVs weigh 3 pounds and that CRT weighed like 60. And it was awkward with the cathode ray tube sticking way out.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, I remember those old TVs.
Yeah. I've been buying my movies on the Bezos site. Okay. Getting to a point where certain games have a single run of physical games. I've seen people posting about how they can't find discs for Dead Rising Remaster, which came out about a month ago. I know that Apple pulls shenanigans with the stuff I own because I had an album that I bought.
Yeah.
And I went to play the hit song from it. It wasn't on the album. I own that. It's in my phone. I paid Apple money for that from iTunes, and the hit song was not on there. I had to freaking stream it from Amazon Music.
That's kind of been the whole argument of a lot of people that are into physical media and into physical collecting is, do you actually own the thing that you're getting, or do you just own the permission to stream the thing? To kind of basically, you're buying a license. You're not buying a physical product. You're buying just the permission to stream it or what have you. Yes, you can download obviously you can download certain things to a hard drive and stuff like that. But yeah,
but it was downloaded. It was it's downloaded to my laptop and my phone.
Yeah.
And they yanked it. Bastards.
I would for the most part, unless it's video games, I don't have the room for video games and movies and books. That's why I use the Kindle for a lot of the stuff that I read and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to movies is one thing where I'm like, I just need to have it physically.
Yeah. I don't blame you. I can see why.
All right, we're getting late here, so
yeah,
I'm ready to go if you are.
Yeah, you don't own any digital content. You are renting it. I think Kane's right. Smother Lion's right too. Yeah. Okay, well, you can catch me tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Very Fine Condition with Lars and Dom. And then at 7 p.m. on Sunday, I will be with Jessica talking about Barbarian and Longlegs. And Lou is under exclusive contract here to OmniBros, so you will see him again next Monday if everything goes right. There's our voicemail, which is always funny. Omnibroslive Patreon, right? We need to decide on a book. That sounds fun. And my Discord. Thank you, James, for all of that. So thank you all for tuning in. This was a lot of fun, and I appreciate the fact that we've got a good audience on Friday night. That's great. That's really great.
I do too.
Peace and love to everyone. Thank you for tuning in so much. We appreciated all your we appreciated all your comments. Everything was great. Thank you so much, and have a good weekend. Peace and love.